It's Derby Day in Manchester, City against United, where football will remember the 100th anniversary of the First World War Armistice Day, and on Remembrance Sunday, what better tribute than hopefully a really good derby as City rolling out the red carpet on Remembrance Day. There's already been a win for Liverpool today, 2-0 over Fulham in the earlier game. Chelsea finished 0-0. Arsenal and Wolves will be kicking off shortly as well. And of course, in the FA Cup, notable scalp was Cambridge United beaten 4-3 by Alfreton Town this afternoon in the first round of the FA Cup. And Celtic were held 0-0 in their match away from home this afternoon. But it's all about the divide between red or blue of Manchester. They will come together to remember the servicemen and women that have tragically been killed serving their king and queen and country in conflicts over the last 100 years and more. Pep Guardiola's blue and white army is one of the banners out there, and hopefully our systems are at full tilt for this game, as for the meeting of two old rivals, Pep Guardiola and Jose Mourinho. It's always good to see, and look at that, Sir Alex Ferguson back in good health there and amongst the spectators this afternoon, clearly knowing what colours his bread is going to be buttered on this afternoon. And of course the comment section is open for business as well. Our big match, we lost power at Palace last night. Hopefully we won't lose any power today, because this is going to be a big game for all sorts of different reasons. United been really struggling this season under Jose Mourinho, but today it's all, and City really going great guns, yet to lose this season and really doing well. Before we bring you the silencers and things like that, we're going to have the silence, and then we'll bring you up to date with the two teams. The referee today is from just outside Manchester, Wythenshawe. That's Anthony Taylor, so that's probably an appropriate choice for referee, so you'll know the passion. But he's not, I could just tell you that he's not a City or United fan. And laying a poppy relief there are two legends in Manchester football. On the left I see Sir Bobby Charlton, and on the right Mike Summerby, a former Manchester City player and later went on to spend his career at Burnley, believe it or not. But it's always a sad time this year when all the servicemen and women are remembered. And today certainly is no exception, and football across the country have been paying their respects. We had an emotional game at Leicester yesterday where their owner was emotionally paid tribute to, and now let's remember the war. Let's remember, and of course, so there come Bobby Charlton and Mike Summerby, two stalwarts of Manchester football down the years. They're going to lay the wreath now on the pitch. It's good to see Manchester is united, both red and blue, for this game. And a nice applause for both men as they put the wreath out onto the field. And now let's have a period of silence for those who died in conflict. Well, that was beautifully observed, and a nice ripple of applause as well during that. Beautifully observed by both fans of City and Manchester United, Manchester City and Manchester United. The top of the table at the moment reads Liverpool top on 29 with 30 points. City a point behind on 29, so they need to win today. Chelsea have missed a chance really to go top with their 0-0 draw today against Everton. Let's give you the two lineups very quickly before we start the game. Ederson begins in goal for City. Then it's Walker, Stones, Laporte and Mendy. Then it's Bernardo Silva, Fernandinho and David Silva. And up front, three up front, Mahrez, Aguero and Sterling. On the bench, Vincent Kompany, Gundogan, Dal, Sane, Jesus, Foden and Muric. For Manchester United, it's David De Gea in goal. A back four today of Young, Smalling, Lindelof and Shaw. Herrera, Matic, Fellaini and Lingard. Rashford, Herrera, Matic and Fellaini. Looks like they're going 4-3-3 with Lingard, Rashford and Martial up top. City to get us underway then. The referee, as I said, is from Wythenshawe in Manchester, Greater Manchester. It's Anthony Taylor, who's neither a City or United fan. So he's truly impartial for this game here at the Etihad today. No more appropriate referee, I suppose, for this game. And the Etihad is full of noise and vigour as we get underway. City attacking the goal to our right in the sky blue shirts with white shorts. Manchester United in red shirts, dark shorts. And they're going towards the left-hand side in this first half. And it's Stones to bring it away for Manchester City. I think there's going to be a real buzz and excitement about this game. A real derby flavour to this one this afternoon as Stones gets the ball on the halfway line, feeds it out to the left hand side. Riyad Mahrez, who's really coming to his own since joining for £60 million during the summer. Now Stones takes the ball, finds Walker. Walker knocks the ball back and back to goalkeeper Ederson, and Ederson can get it away now for Manchester City. 0-0 is the score here. We've played 54 seconds of the first half, and I think we're going to be in for a right crackerjack of a game here this afternoon. Remember, you can hear this game on the JB Clark YouTube channel. Russ has already come on and said something in here. Was a chance here. An early shot coming in. Oh, just wide. It was Bernardo Silva who cut inside. Had the first shot with his left foot and just went narrowly wide of David De Gea's goal there. Took the ball there, got it onto his left foot about 25 yards from goal, just central backed up the D as he struck it. It's a really good shot this from Bernardo Silva, and just wide of the target and behind for a goal kick. First genuine chance of the game. No Paul Pogba, although he did score twice the last time they played Manchester City. 3-2 on April the 7th. They came back from 2-0 down in that game, and in fact put City's title parade, or put City's confirmation of the title off for at least a week that afternoon. A free kick against Fernandinho is the standing skipper today, in place of Vincent Kompany. He's dropped to the bench. I did tell you, incidentally, a little stat about him. It's actually his first Manchester derby, so a special moment for him in his refereeing career. As Young takes the free kick, far side, into the area it goes. It was a free kick to United. The ball played in and Matic can't keep it in, and it's out for a goal kick for Manchester City. Unbeaten. Pep Guardiola knows this is a big game. It's got the best points of per game ratio of any manager, in fact, in Premier League history, and that includes Jose Mourinho, his opposite number, and Alex Ferguson, amongst others. 3 minutes gone here at the Etihad Stadium in the Manchester derby. City 0, United 0 here, and the ball forward by Stones. Gets the ball back, and he finds Mendy on the far side. Nearly ran into trouble with that there, Mendy, but got away with it. Mendy gets the ball back once again. Now Sterling wins possession. He's got Aguero out on the far side here. The ball back in field once again, and now Aguero with a blonde haircut forward again, and here's David Silva inside the penalty area. Ball back towards Aguero. Bernardo was in there too. It'll come for Riyad Mahrez on the edge of the area, and then the shot comes in, deflected, and goes wide of the target from Fernandinho, and behind I think for a goal kick. But a good positive start to the game from Manchester City. Flag stayed down as the ball was threaded through to David Silva. The ball came back to Riyad Mahrez after two City players had gone in there, and in the end Fernandinho in fact the shot from him did not deflect. It only served to trickle wide of the target without any deflections whatsoever, and behind for a goal kick. And the long ball forward now, and Laporte back across there very strongly, but a foul there by Jesse Lingard and a free kick to Manchester City as we go in towards the 4.5 minute mark of the first half. That's the ball now threaded out towards Stones. 0-0. No, the ball wasn't stationary according to referee Taylor. Now Stones has the ball second time round, looking to get players forward here for Manchester City. 0-0 is the score. Going up to 5 minutes of the first half played. The Sunday match live from the Etihad Stadium. Mendy for City, into Silva, back to Mendy on the far side, but the ball is out, and it is a Manchester United throw in. Been an intense start to the game. It's going to be white hot. All that togetherness that was there before will all be replaced now with red and blue pride. It's going to be a fight to the finish here this afternoon. Could United upset the apple cart and win the game? City red hot favourites. You have to say in current form, United have won a couple of games recently, but are still very much down in 7th place. They came back from the dead to beat Bournemouth last week at the Vitality Stadium. As Silva takes possession now, plays a lovely ball over the top, and that's a good ball, and in goes Sterling, deflected behind. It will be a corner to Manchester City, and that's got the crowd buzzing now. City well on top here in the opening 6 minutes of this contest, and a good ball forward, and he's timed his run perfectly, and in the end I think it was Smalling who got back there to deny him going any further. Good football that from Manchester City. Silva with the corner, far side, hooked into the penalty area, headed only half away, and it comes out once again. Chance here for Mahrez now to cross him from the right hand side, and he does, and it's headed away by Manchester United. Still 0-0. City having the best of it, but a foul there on Jesse Lingard by David Silva. At least United having a little bit of respite for a free kick. In fact, it's gone the other way. I apologise. It's Lingard on Raheem Sterling, so it is a City free kick, not a United free kick as I originally thought. So it is a free kick, so it's going to be David Silva to take it for Manchester City. Even the tension gets to everyone here in this commentary box. You can make your comments in the comment section. Free kick to Manchester City. Silva over it. Can he hoist one into that penalty area? City making the better start as that free kick comes in, headed away by the afro-haired Fellaini, and now the ball is on the right hand side, and it's Bernardo Silva from Mahrez's pass. Silva plays that in again. Fellaini across on the edge of his 6-yard line. Back to Mahrez again on the right. Mahrez will tee short, gets a deflection, and it is a corner. Came off shore last. City 0, United 0. Coming up towards the nearly 8 minutes of the first half gone. City on top here in the opening exchanges. First goal in this game is going to be also crucial. Who's going to get it? It's Riyad Mahrez to take the corner, near side, the right hand side as we look. And it's Mahrez with his left foot, swings the corner towards the back post, off the line, but there was a foul there by Aguero on Herrera at that far post as he attempted to get his header on target, which was headed off the line anyway. And I think back to the free kick has been given there to Manchester United there. Just a little shove there on Herrera there by Aguero as he won the ball, and in fact Young would have got it off the line anyway because it went straight at Young's chest. So it would have been even more embarrassment if Aguero had scored and it would have been chalked off. But maybe Ashley Young being there was sort of saved him an embarrassment. He clearly pushed him though, there's no doubt about that. Meanwhile, United have a throw 10 yards inside the City half and have a little opportunity now to attack themselves, but they've lost possession again to a very good City side. Fellaini right in, getting stuck in there. He has scored in Manchester derbies in the past, Fellaini, and here goes Silva in towards Aguero. Aguero now with his new blonde hair gets the ball forward and out of play for a throw-in off Herrera. We've gone past 9 minutes of the first half. City 0, United 0. Silva now for City. Infield to Stones. Stones just knocks it on to Kyle Walker. Walker now playing it forward towards Riyad Mahrez. Gets the ball back now, Walker. Plays it infield this time. And Laporte comes forward for City. In towards Silva, now Aguero. And now Sterling has it on the far side. Young and Lingard teaming up on him. Almost like wrestling tag team style as Mendy tries a low cross this time. Headed away. And I'm not going to tell... Well, Russ, I'm going to sit on the fence here. I'm not going to make a prediction. I'm just going to watch the game, settle down and see what comes of this Manchester derby, because this is going to be a cracker. But I'm current form you with Fancy City, but you can't write off Manchester United in these one-off games, and that's how tough these games are, Russ, really to call. First half possession, interesting, 87% to Manchester City in possession and only 13% in favour of Manchester United. Shows how dominant City have been in the opening 10.5 minutes. Mendy has it on the far side, back in field it goes to Stones, and then he's got plays a 1-2 in fact with Walker. And now Laporte to come forward from Manchester City, keeping out Otamendi out of the team. In fact, Otamendi is not in the 18 today. Here's Mendy now on the Sterling on the far side. Mahrez and Aguero wait, and so too does Bernardo. Hook back across to a chance, Silva, and it's gone in. It went through De Gea's hands, and it's David Silva for Manchester City, and they take the lead after 11.25 minutes, and it's a lead they thoroughly deserve. United defence in complete disarray. The ball hooked back across, and David Silva made them pay. And problems for Mourinho. It's a great start for Manchester City. 87% possession they were having at the time, and Sterling with a wicked cross there. They didn't double up on him this time. That was a fatal error, and the ball came nicely for Silva. De Gea tried to save it. It went right through his fingers. Maybe Silva hit it with too much venom, and because it was from point blank range, it was very difficult for De Gea to try and make a significant save, really. Full marks to Bernardo for knocking the ball back across the goal. And delight for Pep Guardiola and Mikel Arteta. And trouble looms large for Jose Mourinho's Manchester United yet again. 12.5 minutes gone. Manchester City 1, Manchester United 0. Here at the Etihad. Herrera now for United, who really have to hit back very quickly. Martial tries to hit the ball forward. There's no Lukaku in the 11. He's on the bench. At the moment, City are ripping United apart. And it's Mahrez into the penalty area. Bernardo Silva going forward, and they almost nearly made it 2 in an instant. They still have possession, mind you. And it's back with Walker. 13 gone in the Manchester derby. That's minutes. City 1, United 0. Sterling has the ball now on the far side. Here he is now for Mendy's pass. Laporte finds Stones 10 yards inside the United half. The game almost being played exclusively in the Manchester United half of the field, and I think Bernardo kept that one in. Well, I thought he did, but the linesman and the referee beg to differ for that, and that's David Silva's 4th goal of the season. And the context of the derby and the way the league is going to shape up, Remember, Liverpool were going into it at a point clear, having won against a very poor Fulham side this afternoon. But Manchester United here lose today, and even at this early stage, surely they can't have any thoughts about winning a league title this year, because surely they're going to be too far back against their rivals. And remember, they went into it with a +1 goal difference. That tells you how poor they've been defensively. De Gea's, I think, have only kept 2 clean sheets all season, which shows in the league, that is. And despite that win, against Juventus the other night, it's papered over a few cracks. There's been a goal at the Emirates, and I'll tell you all about that later. Well, Russell told you now, but I'll tell you all about it, because United have a free kick to swing in first, and City now trying to hook it out, and that's going to be throw-in, and I think it's going to be Manchester City. So, right, whilst we've got a breaking play, Caballero has scored for Wolverhampton Wanderers. A shock on here, and records in scoring first. 40 games, 38 wins, 1 draw and 1 defeat. Caballero scoring for Wolves, as I said, 13 minutes. Granit Xhaka's mistake led to that goal. You'll be able to watch that on Match of the Day 2 later on, incidentally, at 11 o'clock. As the corner comes in, and that's Fellaini. As the ball comes in, and it's Fellaini, deflects, and it is off the defender. And it's a corner to Manchester United, looking to hit back straight away. City 1, Manchester City 1, Manchester United 0 in the derby match here at the Etihad Stadium. And it's Rashford into the penalty area it goes, heading away. Benelius Barbara Shaw in the edge of the area. United have stayed onside here. City were claiming offside. Rashford runs into trouble here, and City again trying to press United. Matic now has possession though. He wins it back for United. Back to Shaw. Shaw touches the ball back. Now Lindelof to try and hook it forward for Manchester United if he can. He may well play it over to the far side. But it's been an outrageously good first half, really, that's been enjoyed in the grand manner. And City rightfully the team ahead in this game. And here they are coming forward again, and it's Kyle Walker this time. And the cross was a bit, shall we say, way too wayward, and out for a throw-in. But really, Manchester City, for large periods of this first period so far, are tearing Manchester United to shreds. I don't think Ederson really has had a shot to save really throughout this first half. And so it's Arsenal 0, Wolves 1. Earlier today, Liverpool 2, Fulham 0. And at Stamford Bridge it finished Chelsea 0, Everton 0. A very good point that, incidentally, for Everton, but 2 points surely dropped there for Chelsea in the FA Cup first round. A notable upset as Cambridge succumbed to non-league opposition. As we see Martial trying to get forward. And of course earlier today it's of course England women's team were in action. They lost 2-0. It was Steph Houghton's 100 appearance, in fact, for the England women's team. Great achievement for her, I'm sure. Of course, this is the final league match before we have the international break and the controversial Wayne Rooney friendly on Thursday against the United States of America, which has been called the Wayne Rooney Foundation International. But I'm not a particular big advocate of that sort of game. A testimonial match maybe, but a full-blown international friendly, well, I've said my piece on it many times on social media. But we might well just bring commentary of that on Thursday. We don't know yet. Here's Herrera now for Manchester United, trailing 1-0 here at the Etihad Stadium. Sure to get it forward now for Manchester United. Here's Martial picking the ball up from Jesse Lingard's pass. Cuts in field into Moz Matic. Loses possession, mind you. And here's a chance now for Raheem Sterling. It's nicely tackled there by Ander Herrera, but it's out for a throw. And Herrera is in a little bit of discomfort, I can see across the field. And Anthony Taylor has seized on that and has called the physio onto the field. And listen back, another stat here from the rest. He says that it's the first time that Wolves have taken the lead in a Premier League match against Arsenal, so that's a nice stat there for you. And Russ in fact went to the England women's matches, so it wasn't far away from his hometown of Rotherham. I hope he doesn't mind me saying that. Well, I wonder what Sir Alex Ferguson will have made of that. He won 18 of 32 Premier League games against Manchester City in his time at Old Trafford. But I'm sure he'll be disappointed the way his team have been out-fought and out-possessioned in the first 20 minutes of this first half here in the Manchester derby. On the JB Clark YouTube channel, full match commentary. And here's Laporte to get it forward up towards the near side, and it's Mahrez on the ball again. And every time he gets the ball, Mahrez, he looks an absolute threat. And again he finds Sterling, who controls nicely there against Ashley Young. Now Mendy takes possession. Back inside to Laporte. Good first half here for Manchester City, who have been the dominant force of this first half. And the ball now switched to Kyle Walker, and he goes to the right hand channel. Back inside again. 1-0 to Manchester City. Into Sterling again. Sterling turns, and Laporte and Stones, and it's just ticky-tacky stuff now for Manchester City. Bit early to get the exhibition stuff out. Maybe when you're 2 or 3-0 up, maybe you can do that, but at least they're tiring Manchester United out here a little bit. And Chris is on. Fresh from his jollies are down the garden centre. Sterling is beating Young every time, and he is beating Young every time, I have to say. Chris, who's got a good YouTube series out for FIFA Career Mode, where I'm sort of guest commentator, so check his YouTube channel out if you can. It's Casual Chris, if you want the YouTube channel, and we'll leave a description for that below. As Raheem Sterling goes forward, Young picks him out, or cuts his route off. But it is a City throw in line with the penalty area. We're just about to hit the 22nd minute mark, and yes, and it has been confirmed now on television that Caballero did score for Wolves. We told you before, Sky did. And there's a first. Here's Sergio Aguero now. Been a little bit quiet the last sort of 5 to 10 minutes, I feel, of the first half, Aguero. But so far so good. Now then, a chance here now for City now to try and make this opportunity pay. They're 1 up, now looking to make it 2 as we come towards the halfway point of the first half. And the ball back inside, and it's Sterling again, getting the taste of these derbies. Ball towards Mahrez. He was onside. His first touch was a little bit poor. Martial there, the striker, doing a little bit of defensive work, and United just making a little bit of a pig's ear trying to get this ball away. Fellaini now, the big tall bangly 6'6" midfielder, gets it away, and now it's over on the far side. City won 6-0 in their Champions League game in midweek. It was comfortable for them, and that was a nice way to warm up for today. And they look fresh, they look good, they look lean, they look keen, and United look very disjointed at the moment. But here they come now with Shaw. They get a throw, so United starting to make a little bit of inroads towards the City box, but yet no penetration to come from it at the moment. And it's Matic now to Lindelof, and now back to Smalling. Smalling out towards the far side. Been a really tough examination for Manchester United. Here's Herrera taking the ball now And gifted away, and it's Aguero now. He's running at Smalling. It's Sergio Aguero, still Aguero all the way. He goes down. Referee was perfectly placed, and I think he concluded that he slipped over. I'd have to look at the replay again to see what actually happened there. But in Anthony Taylor's mind, he felt in the opinion that he slipped over. Meanwhile, Fernandinho's given away a free kick just inside the City half, and it's a free kick to Manchester United. No yellow card. This is the foul there on Jesse Lingard when he was going through a bit there, Lingard. But Herrera gifting the ball away to Aguero earlier. Now he's running at pace, he's running at the defender here. Well, hard to tell whether that was a foul or not, but in Anthony Taylor's point of view, he felt that Aguero may have slipped over there. Young has slipped over taking that free kick, however, but Lindelof has won the header, but so too Stones was on the second ball. This is Short chipping it forward, and Martial has it now on the near side. Good football again. Herrera trying to cross the ball back. Still 1-0 to Manchester City, and it's Martial with a right footed shot from 20 yards, which was charged down. Young now wins possession midway inside the City half. Now a crossing from the far side, and a header one, and onto the roof of the net by Lindelof, and behind for a goal kick to Manchester City with 25 minutes gone. And now John Stones is feeling the strain. He's down on the floor, injured. So we see that cross come in. Just asking one or two questions here, Manchester United, and in fact I think Stones got his injury originally from blocking an earlier effort, and I think that's how it all came about originally. Stones is going to be okay to continue the match, so we can now come up towards nearly 26 minutes gone in the first half. We had some, just to remind you of the Premier League this afternoon, some big games taking place in that Premier League. Of course, Liverpool winning 2-0 at Anfield earlier today against a very poor Fulham side. Chelsea drawing 0-0 at home to Everton, and of course we had that shock at the Emirates, where Arsenal trail Wolverhampton Wanderers by a goal to 0. At the moment, as Young now comes forward, hooks the ball into the penalty area, but it's still taken there by Ederson. In fact, we had a big shock in the FA Cup though this afternoon, where non-league Guiseley edged out Cambridge United 4-3 in a real thriller in the FA Cup. And of course Chorley got a 2-2 draw this afternoon, although they were down to 10 men against Doncaster Rovers, who had a young man called Kane to thank for 2 goals. And before you ask, no, it wasn't Harry Kane, it was another Kane. I can't really tell you what his name was, but he scored a couple of crackers for Doncaster against Chorley in the FA Cup. Wins of course for Joey Barton's Fleetwood 4-1 at Alfreton, and a few other games that have gone to replay. Sunderland were leading last we heard at Port Vale 2-0. First involvement for the first round for many years. But here's Mahrez now, 28 minutes gone for Manchester City, but he's lost possession. This is Rashford now, but it's still deep inside the United half, and United at the moment just can't seem to get out of it though, and that's the problem. 1-0 to Manchester City, unbeaten in the league this season. Long ball forward up towards Rashford, but the flag had gone up I think for offside, and a free kick in fact goes City's way. Great first half here. the Sunday game live from the Etihad Stadium. It finished Sunderland 2, Port Vale 1 at Vale Park. So Sunderland in the draw for the next round, which takes place tomorrow evening. And here is John Stones now for Manchester City. Premier League action, 29 minutes gone. City 1, United 0 in the big local derby here in Manchester. And it's Laporte out to the far side. Mendy has it. Back to Laporte once again. And now Stones has it inside the centre circle, but it's in the City half of the field. Back to Laporte on the left hand side, to the left of the centre circle. Now here's Sterling on the right of the centre circle. Plays it in towards Bernardo Silva, who's had a hand in the goal. Scored by David Silva with 11 minutes of the first half gone, and that's the difference between these two old Mancunian rivals. Blues lead the Reds. United fans still show contempt towards their City neighbours by saying it's the second biggest game behind Liverpool, which is not necessarily should be the case. Really, you should be up for it against your Mancunian rivals, and at the moment the United are not having the stomach for the fight. City want it more. Here's Sergio Aguero on the far side, young to face him. Didn't play in any of the two derby matches last year, which was a bit of a surprise, that. But he's proving a difference here for City this evening, as we now gone past the half-hour mark. City 1, United 0, remember. And Liverpool earlier went a point clear at the top of the Premier League with a 2-0 win over Fulham. Chelsea missed a chance to go top by only drawing 0-0 with Everton. And at the moment, Wolves winning at Arsenal. And those are the other significant headlines in today's Premier League. At the moment, as the shot comes in from Laporte from around about 40 yards with his left foot, but it was way over the bar, and it's behind for a goal kick to Manchester United. Hit it well, but it was in the end a typical centre-back shot, if you see what I mean. But a great first half, though. I've enjoyed every single second of it. De Gea with the kick, right-footed, plays it out towards the far side this time. The heads go up, and the ball flicked forward again towards the two strikers, and then the ball headed back to De Gea, who catches the ball, bowls it out towards Shaw on the near side. Shaw does well. Infield to Martial, who then absolutely plays Shaw into trouble with a poor pass, and it's out of play for a City throw. And Mourinho clearly not happy with something in that United play at the moment. But trailing by a goal. Who would have credited that? So, who's going to get the bragging rights this afternoon? It looks as if at the moment it's City, and it's now Kyle Walker bundling forward back towards Laporte. Laporte out to the far side, back in field to Laporte once again. The ball out to the far side. This really is an important day, and here is Walker. Walker comes charging forward, and a good little turn there by Bernardo Silva. Lovely play. Now Riyad Mahrez has it. Mahrez turns, gets a good cross in, headed away by Matic back there for United, and then a foul by Bernardo, and the referee pulling out the yellow card. He's brandished it. It's a yellow card for Bernardo Silva. It's not gone down too well with the blue half of Manchester. Maybe Rashford rowing about didn't help his cause. I'm not sure there was too much contact, although the intent was probably there from Bernardo, but I would have said free kick no more. But Anthony Taylor took a dim view of it and has booked the City player. But City still lead, as we've gone past 33 minutes here at the Etihad Stadium in a very big important game here in terms of where the Premier League may well go. United really need to win this to get their top four chances back on track. The ball played in there towards Martial, who just couldn't get a good purchase on the cross from Shaw, and in the end it fell very kindly to Ederson in the Manchester City goal. It's Pep Guardiola's team now who've got the advantage here in the Manchester derby here. The Mancunians of City lead the Mancunians of United by a goal to nil. A great first half here. And here's Sterling now for Manchester City, running through the centre. It comes to Aguero, back to Sterling. Sterling has the shot deflected and it falls very kindly to David De Gea, who takes the ball and gets the ball out. We're inside the last 10 minutes of the first half here at the Etihad Stadium, and it's with David De Gea. Bowls the ball to Lindelof. Lindelof now gets it forward and it's Smalling to getting away for Manchester United. A tremendously competitive first half it has been, and now it's cut out, and it's Fernandinho, the man who cuts the ball out. And here's Riyad Mahrez now trotting towards halfway line for Manchester City, coming up towards the final 10 minutes almost of the first half here. Been really good football, a really good football match. Just the one goal to show for it, but it was a real typical flowing City move, and a lovely cross from Sterling and another good cross back from Bernardo to set the ball up to give City that goal they so desperately wanted. And that's the stage of the game we're at now. And here's Mendy now to Sterling, who's hugging that touchline, the far touchline, as we look deep inside United's half. Mendy now takes possession, gets it out towards the far side, and it's David Silva, the goal scorer. Gets the ball back, and the referee had to mind out of the way, which he did quite successfully, I have to say. Here's Walker, hits the long ball, and it's a good long ball. Can he find Mendy? The answer is yes, and his cross deflects off Young, and it will be a City corner. And City now could well be in line maybe to make it 2-0 from here. A second goal would really put United's backs up against the wall here in a game of huge importance. United needing to win this to keep their to rekindle their top 4 bid, and City to stay unbeaten and get back to the top of the Premier League. The corner wasn't the best though from David Silva, but it comes out however to Riyad Mahrez. This is Mahrez on the ball now, right hand side, back in towards Kyle Walker, who takes it on halfway. City just retreating back to halfway, and now just trying to keep possession and not do anything too stupid or be too casual with the ball. That was the word I was looking for. So remember, there's been some shocks in the cup. We had a shock in the league game at the Emirates, where Arsenal trail Wolves, and that game kicked off at the same time as the one we're watching at the moment, and we're into the last 10 minutes of the first half, and it's Mahrez now for City, back inside again, and it's Bernardo Silva taking possession, and he plays it out to the far side, and he's lost the ball, and Rashford takes it up now. We've got problems here now, Manchester United. Well, they've got problems here, Manchester City rather. In fact, Rashford has run the ball out, I think. So huge cheers from the City contingent around this wonderful arena, and it's a throw-in to Manchester City. In fact, it was Jesse Lingard who's absolutely perplexed by it all. City come charging forward, and it's John Stones now. Stones has got Bernardo on the near side. Bernardo slips the ball almost towards Aguero, and then the ball hooked away. Still 1-0 to City. It's United now on the break, and it's Lindelof now gets it forward. Rashford is onside here. It's Marcus Rashford now for Manchester United. Been drifting out towards the near side, and it's Martial into the penalty area. Martial shoots, deflection on the shot, and it forms very kindly for Ederson in an all-yellow jersey to climb up on the ball and take the ball very convincingly. And Rashford was onside as the original ball was played. but nothing came of the chancing back that came to Martial, and in fact good defending that was by Manchester City. It's been a very frantic first 38 minutes of this encounter at the Etihad Stadium. We kicked off, remember, at 4:30 in the afternoon here, and our commentary will not finish until around about 6:30 tonight, and that's when we'll be coming off air as Walker wins possession here for Manchester City, finds Bernardinho, looks it back again, Stones takes possession. 1-0 to Manchester City, and here goes Bernardo, and it's Walker now in field towards Aguero. Now a chance here for Raheem Sterling. Sterling running at his man into David Silva. Silva now looking to knock the ball back, and it comes out towards the far side here, and now Bernardo keeps possession, still 1-0. David Silva now up towards the far side, and it's inside the final 5 minutes. The cross deflects, it's a corner kick. And that's got it's a throw in, in fact. Mendy to take it 5 yards from the corner flag. Far side, City 1, United 0. And the battle of the Mancunian clubs, and it's Aguero trying to get away. I think it might have been David Silva actually trying to get away. Comes off Fellaini, and Silva will go over to the far side to take another corner for Manchester City. Pirouetted nicely away from Herrera, but Fellaini was just too good for him there and just thought, right, I'll concede a corner out of this, I think. So Silva to take this corner then for City. Swings it in, left footed into the penalty area it goes, headed half away by United. Almost came out again. Silva has it again on this far side. It's a good ball played in again on the far side, and then up back across. And now a chance for City to come forward once again. Again they've lost it. Oof. Tackles flying in left, right and centre there. Jesse Lingard the latest. And here come Manchester City again, building from the back. And it's Mahrez. He's gone past his man, he was tagged. Luke Shaw the offender. Yellow card's going to be brandished here by the referee. Second one of the derby. And it's Luke Shaw who's the first United player into the referee's notepad. Clearly booked off the City attacker. That's his 5th yellow card, and now misses the next match at home to Crystal Palace in a couple of weeks. As Mahrez prepares to take the free kick here from Manchester City. 1-0 they lead, 3 minutes to half time plus stoppage time. Let's see what happens here then. Mahrez swings it in, left footed into the penalty area it goes. Too many heads on the ball, might still break, and Fellaini hooks it out. Now what's the referee giving here? Corner. United weren't happy about something. They felt it was a goal kick, or maybe a high foot there, or possibly a handball. Well, it looks as if Smalling's got his arm out there. I think he's very lucky, in fact. Could have been a lot worse. In fact, it is a corner as that ball is floated back, and it didn't find Aguero from Silva. 2 minutes to half time here in this big Manchester derby, and it's Aguero now to Silva, the scorer, and he plays it in behind, and Sterling's in behind. There's only one in the centre, and that was Silva. It went in there, but it's straight into the arms of the goalkeeper. It is really tough to estimate how Manchester United have performed in this first half, but they haven't performed well enough, in my opinion, and that's always a problem. I mean, it is a very, very tough. It is a very, very tough game, really, to try and call. And here comes City now, and it's Bernardo Silva to the edge of the area, trying to get Aguero in, and he shoots into the side netting from a very acute angle with his left foot, and behind for a goal kick. And it could have been so much worse there for Manchester United. Silva to Bernardo Silva, his namesake, running at the defenders. Good ball, but just that's a little bit of Aguero there to hit the target on his left foot. He's a super player, Aguero, but he's still human like the rest of us. And hit the side netting, and the ball now back at the other end with Ederson, who's not really had too much of a meaningful save to make from recollection in the first 40 odd minutes that we've been playing of this first half. We'll obviously take our usual 10-minute break and then be back around about 5:30 for the commentary of the second half of what really will be an intriguing encounter. Remember, City will go 2 points clear if they win this afternoon, which they are doing at this moment in time. 1-0 they lead, and it's Matic now taking possession, back to Fellaini, and then back to Shaw, trying to flick it on. Martial was, and now Shaw takes ownership of the ball, back to Lindelof, and he's been told by Smalling to get the ball back to David De Gea. Attempts on goal, 9 for City, 3 for United, and that goes through to the other goalkeeper at the end. The one on target for Manchester City is countered from David Silva, and as I say, I don't think Manchester City's Ederson has had a big test as we look at the United bench, which includes Jones, Sanchez, Lukaku, Mata, Fred, Romero the goalkeeper, and Darmian. So it's still a strong enough bench. Michael Carrick there sat to the right of Jose Mourinho. We're inside 1 minute of stoppage time, for which we've got about 15 seconds of it left. I didn't realise we had it signified up on the screen, but there you go. It's been so engrossing, this Manchester derby, you could not take your eyes off it for a second, and it has been an engrossing game. We have played the 1 minute, and that's exactly what we've played. And Anthony Taylor bolts for half time, and what a moment for David Silva. His goal after 11 minutes is separating these two Mancunian giants of English football. City, who are unbeaten along with Liverpool and Chelsea in the league this season, and they're leading here at the Etihad as the teams walk off the field here at this beautiful stadium. And we're going to take a 10-minute break, and after that break we'll have the whole second half of a big game in Manchester. We need a breather. We're going to take a break for 10 minutes, and then the whole second half of this Manchester derby, full commentary, will be coming right up on this YouTube channel. Stay with us with a half-time score here of Manchester City 1, Manchester United 0. Welcome back to the Etihad. Just to confirm, half-time also was Wolves winning against Arsenal, so they've got 45 minutes, Wolves, to hold on. The Emirates Stadium. The teams are back out here for the second half at the Etihad Stadium, and it's Manchester United in red to kick us underway, attacking the goal to our right, where a couple of thousand of their supporters are congregated behind the goal. City, of course, in the sky blue shirts, white shorts. They're going to attack the goal to our left, and no changes to report from any of the changes to report from the first half. So off we go again. Mourinho takes his seat alongside Michael Carrick, and off we go again. John Stones, just to remind you of the teams: Ederson in goal for City, back four of Walker, Stones, Laporte and Mendy, and then it's Bernardo Silva, Fernandinho and David Silva, whose goal on 12 minutes separates the sides, and it's a front three of Riyad Mahrez, Sergio Aguero and Raheem Sterling. For Manchester United, it's David De Gea in goals, Young, Smalling, Lindelof and Shaw across the back, and then it's Herrera, Fellaini and Matic in the midfield areas, and Jesse Lingard, Marcus Rashford, who's the central striker, and Anthony Martial on the left up front. On the bench for City, Kompany, Gundogan, Delph, Sane, Jesus, Foden and Muric. For United, Jones, Sanchez, Mata, Lukaku, Fred, Romero and Darmian. Referee, of course, Anthony Taylor from Wythenshawe in Manchester, but is not a City or United fan. So we're told, and this is his first Manchester derby, and I have to say he's controlled it really well. And in fact, I didn't notice that, but they were talking about it in the half-time interval on Sky, that there was a good advantage play because Aguero was fouled there by Smalling, but the referee had quite rightly played on the advantage, and City got the goal from it. So, and Aguero was complaining to the referee when all his teammates were celebrating. I didn't actually notice that. Here's Raheem Sterling now as he tries to play the ball forward, and Herrera got the ball away, and then Sterling came back and stopped him illegally from going further forward. Viewers' second half goals conceded, 1 all season for City. Liverpool and Wolves joint second with 4 each. Chelsea in 4th place with 5 goals conceded. So a tall order for United, but here's Sergio Aguero in towards Bernardo, back to Aguero, shoots, and it's gone right through David De Gea and into the net. That is the sort of potency that Sergio Aguero is capable of. A tremendous right-footed shot from the right-hand side of the 6-yard box. It went right past David De Gea and it ran like a rocket into the top left-hand corner of the net. And Manchester City have made the perfect start to the second half and lead Manchester United by 2-0. It came from a kick, really, that was poor, bad control initially. Came to Silva, or came to Aguero, played a 1-2 with Bernardo, and then the shot rifled in. Jesse Lingard gave the ball away here. The 1-2 with, I think it might have been Mahrez rather than Bernardo initially. But even so, what a totally right foot finish that was by Sergio Aguero, on the prolific Argentinian, who's City's all-time top goal scorer in their history. Notches another important goal to his tally. And David De Gea stands hands on hips in bewilderment, and that's Aguero's 8th goal of the season, and City lead United by 2-0. And the goal was timed at 47 minutes and 16 seconds, incidentally. Wow. Well, United have got it all to do now. Remember, all season City have only conceded 1 away second half goal all season. And that is the mountain now that's facing Mourinho's men. And all that effort he spent in the half-time interval trying to perk his players up for the second half, it's all gone, and he's now scored 8 goals against Manchester United in Premier League history. Against United, Dzeko and Niall Quinn are joint second with 4 each. And then the rest. And here goes Mendy now in towards Aguero. He's absolutely loves playing Manchester United. And here's now Kyle Walker into Aguero inside the area. City going for number 3. Header away on the spar of Sterling. Silva has it, who got the first. And City now playing with a real swagger about them now. Confidence is oozing. 2-0 up here at home to United. Into the penalty area he goes. Aguero tries to get it on the turn. Now then, a chance for Mendy to cross back. Still not away yet by United. And here's Silva. Mendy now on the near side. Crosses in from the left. And United here are in big disarray here. Laporte takes it up for City as they go for number 3. And you think if City get the next goal now, it'll be game, set and match. Not many away teams come to the Etihad and come away with a positive result, and Manchester United are finding out just now how Burnley and the others felt when they came to the Etihad and got absolutely thumped. And Juan Mata is preparing to warm up down on the near touch line. And it's Manchester City in charge. Foul there on Marcus Rashford, who's hurt his knee. Now United do have in reserve Alexis Sanchez, Juan Mata, Romelu Lukaku, Fred, Romero the goalkeeper should they need him, and Darmian, but significantly no Paul Pogba, who's sitting in the stands and wondering if only I'd have been out there, it could have been a huge difference. And remember, he scored twice when they beat City 3-2 in April. Mourinho must be regretting that decision now to leave him out of the squad. 6.5 minutes gone in the second half. City have increased their lead to 2-0. Sergio Aguero with the second goal, adding to an early first half goal in 12 minutes by David Silva. City in charge, and rightly so. They have been the better team. A long ball forward up towards Raheem Sterling, of all people. He's not the tallest of men. And away by Ashley Young down the near side for United, who are now in complete trouble and looking down the barrel of another Derby Day defeat. And Mourinho, who's very seldom gets the better of Pep Guardiola on big events like this, never got the better of him in a Champions League semi-final when they were both managers of Real Madrid and Barcelona. It was 7-8 years ago, but there was quite a lot of needle and a lot of play acting, I remember, in that semi-final. Pep Guardiola's team looking leaner and keener than they were last year and romped home to the title, but it's all a question, can Liverpool make it a real fight now? So Irish Chelsea dropped 2 points, drawing 0-0 at home to Everton this afternoon. A great point for Silva's men as they picked up a crucial away point there at Stamford Bridge. But no problems for Manchester City at this moment in time. United 2 goals down. Silva and Aguero the scorers for City. 53 minutes gone and City now just playing keep ball on halfway, and absolutely ole Manchester United, good and proper. Very committed challenge there by Smalling and Fernandinho on each other. Just what you need in a proper Manchester derby. And here's Bernardo Silva running down the near side, and here's Sterling on the left. It's Raheem Sterling into the penalty area, deflected away for a throw-in, I think, to Manchester City. It is. Wow. It's this Pep Guardiola's team is going to take some stopping. There's no question and doubt in anybody's mind about that now. Herrera gets it away from Manchester United. 2-0 down, they trail. And here comes Bernardo Silva. And the plot thickens here in this Manchester derby. King, Demon Ethan 1918, hello. Hello to you too. Here's a chance now for Sterling. Onside in the penalty area. It's goal kick, Manchester United. Again, good ball over the top. Sterling was onside as he hooked onto the ball. First touch a little heavy maybe.
Smalling stood his ground well. Wasn't going to be fooled by Raheem Sterling. And we've got a big game coming up in the Nations Cup against Spain on Sunday afternoon at 1 o'clock. You'll be able to hear that on the JB Clark YouTube channel, hopefully. And the ball back towards the goalkeeper. And here come Manchester City. 2 goals clear and in complete control. We've had just over 10 minutes of the second half. City looking good and could have easily had more goals. I don't think there's much arguments about that one. Absolutely superb it has been from Manchester City from start to finish. Start and the word goal today, and they're on the break again, and it's Aguero leading the charge down the right hand side, and showing that's got to be a foul there, but it's got a goal kick. And we've got a stat here for you. I've just had this presented in front of me. At the point United City took the lead, Manchester United had only attempted a whopping 11 passes in just 12 minutes of play, and only 5 of the attempted 11 passes were successful. In the meantime, on the other end of the spectrum, City had made 104 passes with a whopping 92% accuracy. So that just tells you how bad that's been. Meanwhile, as a substitution for Manchester United, off goes the very, very poor Jesse Lingard, and on comes the big bulky Romelu Lukaku now to see if he can stem the tide. Remember, no Paul Pogba in the United squad today. Big call from Mourinho. I think that's a gamble, and it's the gamble at the moment he's backfiring on the Portuguese boss of Manchester United. But wait, here's Lukaku. He's round Ederson. He brings him down. It could be a penalty. It is a penalty to Manchester United. They're not out of this yet, and Lukaku has made an impact now. What's Ederson's punishment? Surely the referee's got to book him. I don't think he's denied a clear goal scoring opportunity, because Lukaku's going away from goal, so he can't send Ederson off for that anyway. United certainly have a penalty. Ederson got none of the ball and plenty of the man. I'm not sure if Anthony Taylor's going to book him, but I think that was a very good decision by referee Taylor. And the man who was fouled, I believe, is going to take the penalty, or is he? It isn't. It's Anthony Martial. Scored 4 and missed 1 of his last 5, but he scores this time, sends the keeper the wrong way with a right-footed penalty into the right-hand corner, and all of a sudden it's game on at the Etihad. City 2, United 1. Martial with the penalty. And just as we were saying at the point when they got the penalty, how Mourinho's gamble not to play Pogba backfired. All of a sudden Lukaku comes on and now suddenly makes the impact to score, to get a penalty, and Martial rolls in to score his 6th goal of the season. But it was a definite penalty, no doubt about it. Ederson clearly brought the goalkeeper down, and I think the referee was right. So 2-1, game on again, the gap down to 1, and this is going to be an intriguing last 32 minutes plus stoppage time in store for us here. And here goes Lukaku again, and a chance here for Martial. Can he get him behind Walker? The answer is no. Walker will stop him, and in fact wins a goal kick. Chris has been on it. He says, I feel sorry for De Gea, maybe he should have saved it, but he's been keeping United in so many games, he can't be perfect all of the time. I think that's quite right. I don't think he could have done much about the 2 goals, to be fair. They were hit at him from close range and with some ferocity. Certainly Silva's, and certainly Aguero's was, but all of a sudden that penalty decision has really brought the game back into life again. But here's Herrera now, played back to De Gea. United now suddenly have got a bit of confidence about them. 2-0 down they were, now they're back to 2-1, and their confidence is oozing again, and they've got a free kick. It's not going to be history repeating itself at the back end of last season, is it? They were 2-0 down at one stage in this derby match and came back to win 3-2. Shaw's been fouled on the far side, halfway inside the City half, incidentally. Free kick. Are we going to see another comeback from Manchester United? Wouldn't it just be typical? It's Ashley Young to take it, far side. There's a queue of about 6 United players in the penalty area, including Matic and Fellaini and Lukaku and Rashford and Martial and amongst others. The ball is hooked in there, but again City just had enough away ball to get it away. Lindelof has it on halfway and he's been tracked all the way by Silva, but he goes sensibly back to David De Gea. Right footed, kicks along. We've played an hour. City 2, United 1 is the scoreline. Final Premier League match before the international break, and it's Matic for United. It's cut out there by Walker. That was a good challenge. There's nothing seriously wrong about that. Shaw knows that as well. City are reacting. They're making a substitution. It's going to be Leroy Sané to enter the fray. Well, United's substitution worked a real treat. Will City do likewise by bringing on Leroy Sané, who couldn't then get that killer third goal? United have made it game on, and we've got a real second half with a vengeance. Really has been one of the most remarkable games I think we've seen this season. 2-1 is the score. We're going into the last half an hour of this extraordinary Manchester derby here at the Etihad. It looked as if it was going City's way with those 2 goals from Silva in the first half and then early in the second Sergio Aguero, but all of a sudden Manchester United have suddenly come back into it for a penalty, but have conceded a free kick for a foul on Bernardo Silva. And Riyad Mahrez, who did really well, I felt, for the 61 minutes he was on, is about to come off. And he's not happy, I think, about being substituted. I think he had to calm down a little bit there. I wonder if he's infuriated by that. Unless he was told to slow down because he was running off the pitch at a fair rate of knots. Maybe he was told just to calm down and just waste a bit of time, because City have got a slender 2-1 advantage here. But Sané is on for him. I don't think there's much discontent there. I don't think. Sané gets his first touch. He's on the left hand side and he's giving it away. That was his first meaningful contribution to give the ball away, and now Matic intercepts. Good tackle again, and now it calls to Sané. Now to Silva. Silva's got Aguero on the left hand side. Aguero now deep inside the Clayman ball. Get the decision. Free kick against Manchester United, and Ashley Young is furious with the referee. He felt he didn't handle the ball, but the referee felt he did. Just seeing it there on replay. Well, the ball bobbles up onto his arm. Aguero quite adamantly felt it was, and the referee agreed with his adamance. And a free kick, and it's David Silva to take. City could be back in the game with a free kick into the penalty area. It goes. The headers were there. Comes out to Bernardo on the far side, the right hand side as we look. Now Walker, plenty of time to seize up the opportunities. Size up the opportunities, and he's found Aguero round the corner on the right hand side. The low cross hooked away by Lindelof, and United have conceded a throw-in. It's a City throw-in. Martial felt it should have been a free kick to Manchester United, but it's play on, and it's City with the ball now. Walker towards Silva, back to Walker again. Manchester City 2, Manchester United 1 is the score. Going up towards, we've just gone past 63.5 minutes here at the Etihad Stadium, and at the moment it's just keep ball for Manchester City. It's a Silva. Good football again. They have looked the better side, and a chance for Sterling. Low crossing from the right hand side. I think him and Sané have switched flanks, and that's how I think it's panned out. And now Martial in field once again to Matic. Out towards Ashley Young. 2-1. And taking down quite beautifully there. Herrera losing out to Sané. Sané running at defenders. And Young gets back and does well. Come on City is the cry from this capacity crowd here at the Etihad. Now 50,000 inside this great ground. Used to be known as the City of Manchester Stadium. Here's Fernandinho midway inside his own half, finds Raheem Sterling, and Sterling now away from Fellaini. Bernardo out on the far side. It's Bernardo into the penalty area, cuts in from the right, pulls it back to Silva, who tries a right-footed shot, and it was a left-footed shot rather, and it was deflected, but into the path of Fernandinho. Silva takes over again, midway inside the United half, finds Sane. 25 minutes to go. Silva now plays it in there. Chance for Fernandinho. Try to get it onto his left foot, but well tackled by the tall player Matic, the holding midfielder. Still 2-1 to City. It's a slender lead now, and it looked as if again that was going away rapidly from Manchester United. Is now back in the melting pot, but City trying to calm things down by playing their usual passing game. At the moment, successfully so. It's 2-1, and it's Silva now in possession for City. Into Aguero, and Aguero turns well, finds Leroy Sane. Sane past one, he's past another, he's almost into the area now. He's on the edge of the penalty area. Fernandinho strikes that foot, good save, diving away to his right hand side, David De Gea. Good run from Sane to set it up, cut inside from the left. Fernandinho on the right foot, hit it well, and a very good save diving away to his right by the Spaniard, the Spanish international. And City close to a third goal there. It just needed to be a surefire shot, either one of the corners. That was game over there, possibly for Manchester United. City still having a lot of possession. And here goes David Silva on one of this European run. He's got Sane. Oh, just couldn't play it behind there. United starting to tighten up a little bit at the back. And here's Fernandinho into Aguero. And Aguero almost got through there for a moment or two. It looked as if it was the case. Fellaini wins it though, and he's found Matic. Matic to hit a long cross-field diagonal ball, and he can't find Rashford with it. And Mendy wanting more from the crowd. This fanatical Manchester City support. Remember, 2 points would be the gap if they were to hold on and win the game here this afternoon. And the ball back to Edison. Just will kick away with his left foot. A long way down, and it's found Sane. Sane keeps it in, and that's gone out according to the referee. Ashley Young looks quizzical at the referee, and he's going to brandish the yellow card. There's the long ball forward. Sane on the chase. In fact, he's pushed his man. That's what's happened. He's pushed his man. That's what's happened, and the United captain has been cautioned for it. So a 3 kick. And we're going to see a frantic finish here. We'll be with you until the finish of this game. We won't have any time for post-match interviews. We were going straight off around about 20, just after 25 past 6 this evening. 3-1 it is. Well, 2-1 rather it is to Manchester City. I'm calling the wrong score out there. Stones now for United. It's still anyone's guess what's going to happen here. Laporte takes possession. Back in field once again. Still City break, and that's it. Oh, that was almost a very, very good ball, and almost getting City through. And at the other end we got Rashford, and then the goalkeeper claims, and away we go again. Coming towards the final 20 minutes of the game. 2-1 to Manchester City. It has been a terrific transformation. The ball
Finds Leroy Sané. Sané does well. Feeds David Silva. Silva turns back. The ball hooked back towards Mendy, who tries an audacious shot. Fernandinho will try on his right foot and he curls it, but it's carried at the near post. Will go it at the right hand post by David De Gea, and then it kicks long. 3/4 of the way up the field. Up goes Rashford to win the header. And it's straight into the arms of Edison. 20 minutes exactly left, plus any stoppage time at the end of this intriguing derby game, which is going the way of City at the moment. City 2, United 1. And here they come again. Silva has possession, halfway line. It has been a remarkable afternoon's football here. And a free kick against Marian Fellaini. We're going to see a second substitution for Manchester United. It's Juan Mata. Mourinho having a well, let's say a few words to the fourth official here. And it's Herrera now for United. Turn back, 20 minutes, we're inside now. That's all that remains. Here's Young back again. Young gets the ball back a second time. Smalling has it. 2-1 to Manchester City rather. And it's Herrera now touching it back. Fellaini. Come on City is the cry. Shaw keeps it in on the far side. Walker the defender in front of him. Matic turns well. Finds Fellaini. Fellaini turns. Pirouettes. Still 2-1 and it's Herrera now from the side of the centre circle. Smalling takes possession. Now Marcus Rashford, who's gone to the right hand side from his original starting position of centre forward. Lukaku's taking that place now. It's coming on. It's Martial who's pulled a penalty back for United, and that's why we're at 2-1 at the moment. Coming up to 18 minutes left of the match, and Young almost playing himself into trouble. Sané was quickly on the scene. Double substitution here. Last throw of the dice from Jose Mourinho. Alexis Sanchez is on, and also is one matter for Andrew Herrera, and Marcus Rashford's gone off and Alexis Sanchez is on, so Sanchez will play down the right hand side, I suspect. There he's not having a happy time if the newspapers are to be believed. Apparently he wants to go to PSG in the next transfer window, because he's not the main man there as he was at Arsenal. And still 1-0 I think to Wolves, still at Arsenal, and they're just coming up towards the same amount of time. Earlier today, Liverpool 2, Fulham 0, and Chelsea 0, Everton 0 was the scoreline at Stamford Bridge. Wolves winning at the Emirates, big result for them if they can hold on and get 3 crucial points. And now a chance for United. Can they get an equaliser? 16 and a half minutes to go. Can they force a second goal here and an equaliser? Mata, the free kick towards the back post. Fellaini winning the header. Little deflection on the header. A little bit of a pinball scramble inside the penalty area. Referee plays on. Fellaini trying to win the next ball. Another ball breaks loose and away goes City, and it's Raheem Sterling on the break. Sterling on the break for Manchester City. He's got 3 for company if he chooses to. One of them is Leroy Sané, who shoots and hooks it into the crowd with his left foot, and the City's chance to snatch 3 points and make them absolutely sure has fallen by the wayside, and Manchester United after all that have a goal kick. But it was a wonderful breakout, and Sané took one touch to control and in the end got well and truly underneath it. And City about to make their second substitution, and it's going to be Gundogan to come off or come on, and Sergio Aguero to come off The man who got the second goal at the 2 minutes into the second half comes off, and he's walking off very, very slowly. By the 1-2 with Riyad Mahrez, who's also come off. Bang into the net. Terrific goal. Nothing De Gea could do about that one. It was just rifled in. And he gets a a real pat on the back there from Pep Guardiola inside the last quarter of an hour. So Gundogan on. Aguero off. City 2, United 1. The quarter of an hour just under to go. United in the ascendancy here, or can City kill it off with a third goal? Here's Leroy Sané through the centre. City trying to finish this off once and for all. Raheem Sterling in towards Leroy Sané, and a good interception, and De Gea managed to scramble it away with Sané closing quickly on him. And almost an opportunity there for number 3. Still City have it. It's a real proper blood and thunder derby, this one, here in Manchester. And it's City on the break with Sané. Mendy now. Can City hold in there and win the game? They played so well, but they're giving the ball away now in the final third quite a bit, which is just making it very, very tense for this fantastic crowd here at the Etihad. Here's Ashley Young now for United. Little chip forward, but that should be Mendy's. Push touch, a little heavy. Ran into Sanchez. Sanchez goes down. And showing that must be a Manchester United 3 kick. We're now going into what Alex Ferguson will call squeaky bum time. Really was. Well, it was committed. No doubt about that. And there was a fistful of shirt there, and it's a free kick. Has he given a free kick? No, he hasn't. In fact, he's giving it the other way to Manchester City. Well, we're coming towards the last 13 minutes. Can City hold on and win the game? Be amazing if they could do it. Be even more amazing if United came back from the dead and won it. De Gea with a goal kick. 2-1 City lead over their near neighbours. It has been a tremendous game between two big neighbours in this derby match. It really has. It's been an enjoyable match. It's been unbelievable, really. And here we are, 2-0, 2-1. As the ball comes back in, and oh, Silva there with almost his first mistake, and he almost played the goalkeeper into trouble, but he's found Sané though as Edison. Still Sané, little chip back, and now a chance for David Silva to charge forward now. Gundogan. And now Bernardo Silva, that is, running at Shaw. Bernardo chips the ball into the danger zone, away by Young, but not very far. Mendy has possession. Mendy chips the ball into the penalty area, and the headers go in. It's loose. He comes to Bernardo on the far side, into Sterling. Sterling inside the area, back to goal. Plenty of United defenders in there. Sané does well, tries to stay on his feet, and United managed to hoist the ball out of play. Lukaku trying to hold it up. City throwing. Few cheers around the ground. Leroy Sané trying to probably do too much. There was about 6 United defenders around him. It was never really going to get past them. Still 2-1 to Manchester City. United still in this game. Here's Gundogan though for City, looking to kill it off. In towards Bernardo. Now David Silva. And here's Leroy Sané. Near side. Cuts back. Chance for Mendy now just to hold on to the ball as much as he can. Look for a little bit of support and then just play a nice easy ball.
Here's Laporte. Sterling takes possession. And David Silva has possession for Manchester City. 2-1 is the score. But what an extraordinary match it has been. Gundogan takes possession. And now here's Mendy. And Mendy takes possession again from Sane. This is really good football. Here's Fernandinho. Out towards the far side. Silva has it. He's probably been candidate for man of the match in my opinion. Walker now running at the defenders. Walker still against Delaney. And again, Walker does well, keeps adding play. And it's got plenty of time to size up a good cross here. And he tries to go long towards Sane. And here's a little ball in there towards Sterling. Sterling turns. And here's a chance for Gundogan. Right foot tries to curl it, but he curls it well wide of the far post of David De Gea, and a goal kick it is to Manchester United. As we now go into the final 10 minutes of this intriguing game of Manchester neighbours. City 2, United 1 is the scoreline at the Etihad Stadium. And it has been a great game of football. Really good value for money for those people that have bought tickets and have come to the game, and any neutrals paid to watch this game. I've seen a classic exhibition of pure Manchester neighbours going at each other. They were united at the start for the Remembrance Sunday tributes, and now today in the match itself they've gone at it in a proper blood and thunder way, as a derby should be played. As Matic takes possession, it's 2-1. Don't forget that. Now the ball will flick round the corner. Fellaini's onto it. And a nice ball on there. Martial needs to turn. And now Luke Shaw takes possession of United. Fellaini's onside and he'll measure up across. He hits the defender. It's out for a throw in. And all of a sudden it's the United fans' turn now to go forward. And City are not going to give United the ball back. And he chucks it rather viciously, the City fan, at Luke Shaw. And wants to get on with it. Bernardo hooks it away for City. Shaw takes the ball again. City now teetering a little bit, holding on a little bit now as this ball will be whizzed into that area. Still a chance for United. Martial trying to dig out across. He may well get a corner for that. He does. It's a United corner. Can Manchester United equalise? They take the throw in. And it's out for another throw. Can United get that third goal? Get that equalising goal? And it's... will it be whipped into the area? City trying to hook it out. But again, Silva can't hook it away. 7 minutes to go. Here's Young. And the ball hooked in there once more. Still 2-1. I don't know whether he's saying 2-2 there as a prediction, but if you are giving the game away, please don't. We are live. And here goes City again with Raheem Sterling. And here's Mendy now on the left hand side. City now looking to score the killer third. Silva into Sane, but it's tackled there by United. And here's Sanchez down the right hand side. A little chip in towards Lukaku. Lukaku trying to hold it up, but unfortunately for him not very well. City still holding on in there. And in actual fact that was the second half goal City have conceded in the season so far. That's penalty from Anthony Martial. 6 minutes to play. It's 2-1 to City. And now they have possession on the far side into Silva. Silva turns under no great pressure. Picks out Mendy. Mendy now in towards Gundogan. And now here's a chance for Sane. He's just keeping possession confidently here.
The Manchester derby at this moment in time going the way of Manchester City. David Silva is the JB man of the match at this moment in time. Still 2-1. Don't be deceived by what's been said there. Well, unless it's a prediction. It's still 2-1. And here is Stones away from Lukaku. Now it's Fernandinho to Laporte. Back to Fernandinho. Back to Silva on halfway. What an intense 5 minutes we've got in ourselves now. 5 minutes plus stoppage time to go. And here goes David Silva. It's going to be a grandstand finish. And again, good football. We've got about 10 minutes of the commentary left to play. Or commentary left to go, and then we're going to have to say goodbye to you. So enjoy these last few moments. Here's Gundogan now running forward, and it's into Sterling. Sterling trying to turn. And now the ball hooked in there towards the area. Chance for Gundogan. Yes, it's going to be given. Goal given. Gundogan, the substitute, has settled the Manchester derby. It's 3-1 City. Game, set and match. United have been killed off big time now. And City now can sit back and relax and enjoy every moment of the derby now. 4 minutes to go. And Gundogan, who came on to replace Sergio Aguero, has made it absolutely safe now for Pep Guardiola's team without any doubt whatsoever. They've played some really good stuff. Sterling involved there. Bernardo Silva with a good cross from the right. No doubt at all. The flag stayed down, and it was the correct decision. And in the 6-yard area, again from point blank range, with the left foot. This time more subtly done than the 2 goals previously for Manchester City. And that wins the derby and the bragging rights for the blue half of Manchester. I think David De Gea may have got a leg on that on its way in, and if he was very close to saving it, but it doesn't matter. City won't care. One shot. They're 3-1 up with 3 minutes to go. City 3, United 1 with 3 minutes to go. And now United come storming back. Can they find a second one and make it a grandstand finish? But I don't think they're going to do now. And City now looking to finish with a real flourish and try and finish with a 4th one. And Sally was surely pushed there, and the referee's not giving it. Well, I've got to say that was a dead cert of a foul. Whether it was in or out of the box, I'm not so sure, but certainly that was a foul there on the City player. Smalling clearly pushed him out the way. The first question was it a push? Yes. Second question, was it in or outside the box? Oh, it's on the edge. I tell you what, he ran the risk of potentially giving away a penalty there, because it was right on the line, and if it's on the line, it does count as a penalty. So possibly City should have had a penalty then, and that would have levelled the score. But that was a bad decision there from Mr. Taylor. I actually thought he was wrong there. It did look a clear foul, but City won't worry about that too much now. They're 3-1 up, and that's their ultimate justice, and they have been the better team. United rallied for 20 minutes in the second half, scored a penalty when Lukaku was fouled by Edison quite comprehensively. The referee had no doubts, and Martial put the ball into the goal. We've had a goal, and Wolves just couldn't hang on. Mkhitaryan, the former United player, has equalised, and it looks like Wolves, if they hold on, are going to pick up a point. When it looked for so long they were going to get all 3, but there's nothing doubtful about this game now. City coming in towards the final minute of the game of normal time, 3-1 up, and I don't think there'll be too much in the way of stoppage time. My guess, an estimate, will be 3 minutes. And David Silva, I'm going to give the JB man in the match to David Silva. He's been absolutely all over the place, and again has played another remarkable game in that sky blue Manchester City shirt. So the JB man in the match goes to David Silva of Manchester City. The Sunday game live from the Etihad Stadium. It's 3-1 to City over United in the
in this latest edition of Manchester Neighbours. It all started really together at the start with the remembrance event, the remembrance silence, and then all of a sudden the game sprung into life, and we've seen a real classic here, and it's up there with some of the classic Manchester derbies of all time. It really has been a scintillating performance from City from start to finish. But here come United looking to hit back. Edison coming out, and he had to get it. He had a fist on it, and he did. But it comes out to short, and it's into Matic. It's inside the City area. We're into the stoppage time. We've played 90 minutes. 8-10 seconds into stoppage time. We'll get an indication from the fourth official how long there's going to be. 3 added minutes, as I initially felt. So 3 added minutes. But City, just to hold on to what they've got now, they might as well just keep it at 3-1 and just make United try and fight for at least a consolation here. As Fellaini takes possession to Mata, back to a little chip forward, and it was Martial in fact who chipped the ball in. Matic takes possession into Mata, who's onside, and back to Martial once again. Mata around the back, but the ball's run out of play and has beaten Mata to the punch as well. We've played almost a minute of the 3, and it's still Manchester City 3, Manchester United 1, and City have been the far better side. And we're going to see a final substitution for City now with the game home and hosed. Off comes the brilliant David Silva, the JB man of the match, and he absolutely has deserved that accolade today. His work rate and industry and the way he's performed has been absolutely sensational. And on in his place comes this fantastic young talent we're going to hear a lot more about in the future, Phil Foden. This was the goal he got. That was the first goal that set City on their way. He rushed it in from a few yards out, and whilst all that was going on, Sergio Aguero was appealing for a penalty. The referee quite rightly raved at advantage, and the goal was allowed to stand, and quite rightly so. But City have been the rightful winners. Phil Foden will get at least a minute of derby action. We've played 2 of the 3 minutes, and Edison has got a goal kick for Manchester City, and they're very proud Sergio Aguero, David Silva. Ashley Young has been exposed too many times tonight, maybe time to underage to lose short full time now. Agreed on that one, and 5 minutes added at the Emirates Stadium, but the scoreline at the moment stands at Arsenal 1, Wolverhampton Wanderers 1. We've got 40 seconds of stoppage time left in this one, and what a game it has been. A typical blood and thunder edition of Manchester Neighbours, but it looks as if the blue half of Manchester is going to get the better of the red half of Manchester. 3-1 City lead over United, and we've got about 20 seconds of stoppage time left to play here. I should stress it's a minimum of 3 minutes, and not exactly 3 minutes. But here's Phil Foden now getting his first touch. Here's plays towards Sane, and Foden again. Has he stayed onside? He has. He's kept the ball well, and he's found Sane, who's going towards the corner flag. We've played 3 minutes. Foden to Sterling, and it's just nice triangular passes now. We've played 8 seconds over the allotted time, and here's Foden. City want to finish with a flourish, and they're turning on the style now. Olays and tricks and flicks, really embarrassing Manchester United now, and they've got a corner out of it, but will there be time to take it? I think the referee's going to allow it, and Mata having a go at Sterling, but Sterling will be well within his rights to just keep his mouth shut. I think the referee's blown for time. There's the free kick. There's the final whistle, and it's a win for Manchester City. A deserved 3 points for them. They led 2-0. They led 1-0 at the break thanks to a terrific finish from close range from from David Silva. And then Sergio Aguero made it 2-0 with a gorgeous finish from the right-hand side of the edge of the 6-yard box, which went right through De Gea, who had no chance of even attempting to save it. United got a penalty after about an hour through Martial when Lukaku had just gone on the map point as a substitute, was brought down. Martial put the penalty away, and then 5 minutes from the end, Ilk Gundogan, who came on as a second half substitute to replace Sergio Aguero himself, made it 3-1. David Silva is the man of the match, and as a result of that result today, it's Manchester City top of the league by 2 points, and Manchester United so far behind now, surely their top 4 hopes, even at this early stage, has taken a huge blow here this afternoon. It's all smiles from the blue half of Manchester. They have deservedly beaten the red half of Manchester here by 3-1, and I'm going to finish with this from Chris Whiteman. I'm not going to mention that one because this is nothing to do with that. Read the actual title, because we're not playing anything out there. Wolves are still at 1-1, but look at the table now. City with 32 points, 12 points ahead of United, who are down in 8th place with a -1 goal difference, and Everton and Leicester creeping up on them fast as well, and they're behind Bournemouth and Watford. This is not good for United, it's not good for Mourinho. But look at City, -31 goal, plus 31 goal difference. United -1 goal difference. It's just unbelievable. It's just unbelievable. And well, there we go. Well, it has been an amazing day in the Premier League. We saw a win for Liverpool at Anfield today, 2-0. Chelsea could only draw at home to Everton. At the moment, it looks as if Arsenal are going to be held at home against newly promoted Wolves. And in the Manchester derby, City have beaten United by 3-1. In the FA Cup, it's finished 1-1 there. In the FA Cup, Charlie have taken Doncaster to a replay after a 2-2 draw. And also Cambridge have gone out to non-league opposition today as well by 4-3. It has been unbelievable, and they went out for, in fact, 4-3 Cambridge to non-league Guarsley, and it was just unbelievable. So some terrific game, a terrific afternoon's football in both Premier League and FA Cup. That's it from me. Have a wonderful Sunday. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday, and we'll see you very, very soon. And for some international football, because we're going to bring you that for the first time this season. We'll announce nearer the time what we're going to do with that, but we will be back with league action within the next 2 weeks. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday, and we'll see you very, very soon here on the JB Corrett YouTube channel. From me, JB, take care, and I'll see you soon with the news that City have beaten their near neighbours United by 3-1 and go top of the Premier League by 2 points ahead of Liverpool. Thank you very much for listening, and we'll see you very soon. Ta-ra.